know why I do what I do? Jesus said to us, and love your neighbor as you love yourself. If you really love somebody, you will tell them the truth. You will tell them what they need to hear, not what they want to hear. If that's it, point blank. You're walking around being lied to, just happy in your ignorance. If I didn't give a shit about you, I just let you be. But because I love people, I choose to create this kind of content. There's times I get discouraged, but I remember how people are being lied to and how much it pisses me off to be lied to or to see people being lied to. It must be nice. You know, they say ignorance is bliss. When you don't know shit, you don't worry about nothing. One might say, I'd rather live like that than worry. First of all, I'm not worried. I'm worried for you. If you like being lied to, and you like to stay in that little coma, then good for you. Like, y'all don't see this? Y'all don't see that that's fake? Good afternoon. Welcome everybody to the Small Watchman channel. This is our second video here as part of this new series that we're looking to start. This is May 18, 2021, or so they say, as Richie from Boston would say. And I think we're going. Anyway, welcome to the Small Watchman channel. This is our second part to this series, second episode, however we're going to call this thing. And this is a brand new podcast we're looking to get going, just dedicated to helping people to start thinking critically for themselves again. One of those things where I just wanted to speak my mind and put it out there. And after following with the truther community for such a long time, I decided I'm going to go ahead and start off, get something going. I just couldn't sit there and just keep watching how things go down. Just got tired of it. Got tired of sitting there and seeing people not put the pieces together and putting pieces together the wrong way myself. Getting duped by society, by the powers that be, which the Bible already laid it all out for us. But still, we as Christians find ourselves being deceived over and over again. Anyway, I'm David Meddy, aka Big Money Meddy, and this is the Samoan Watchman channel. Now, the Watchman, just as we're getting started here, the word Watchman is a word that is being used by many truthers who I follow and have been inspired by as they put themselves out on the line to expose truth, expose the lies, that the enemy is hard at work. And when I mean the enemy, I'm talking about the devil and his minions, demonic forces that have been at work and are still at work today, right in our faces, right under our noses, right? It's right there in front of us, entering into our eyes, our ears, our minds, festering in our hearts. And I, for one, have been aware for many years and just watching and seeing what are they going to do next? What's going to be the big move? Then comes COVID, and it seemed to be that a lot of people made sense of COVID in a totally different way than I did, and a few others. And so here we are today, finally fed up, tired of it all. Anyways, I got a video I want to share with you guys. And I figured out of all the things that I want to share about, I'm not going to sit here and give you years of everything I've heard, everything that makes sense to me. I'll just give you bits and pieces here. My goal is not to change your mind. My goal is to help you to start questioning things, help you to start, as the Bible said, test every spirit. The Bible says test every spirit, and that means everything, almost everything that comes at you, everything that's a part of your life, everything that comes through to your ears, everything that that comes through the radio, through TV, the movies. You got to test it all, because words are powerful. And one of the things I used to preach about a lot when I was preaching was that the power of the tongue is so power. It's so great and underestimated. It is greatly underestimated. It is something that can be used to build up nations. It can also tear them down. They are so powerful. We have no idea, or we have some idea. Some of us don't realize just how powerful it is to speak out, to utilize these weapons called words. Words can be a weapon to tear people down. It can also be a tool to build up nations, to build up communities. It can cause a movement. It can also shatter one. Words are so powerful. The book of James talks about it. Various verses in the Bible explain just how powerful that tongue is, like a sharp edge, double edge. How that there is life and death in our words. How there is a universe of power in our tongue. The tongue is such a great deal, such a small piece, a small bit, the Bible says. But the Bible also gives us examples on how a small bit can control a horse, just a little bit in their mouth. How the rudder can control the biggest ships are controlled by just a little rudder. And so we have to be aware of words that we use with each other, which I'll admit today, I've used words in a terrible way, in the wrong way. And I admit to that. Now, I'm not too high and mighty where I won't be able to admit that I've messed up saying things. And some of you are probably saying, yep, absolutely you did. But then again, that's why I'm here, because I got some business to do. Sorry, 1 second. I want to admit, we're all guilty, and myself as well. First, probably more than most, guilty of the things that I've said with my tongue that were not constructive. Now, then again, the reason why it's called a double-edged sword is because the tongue must be utilized at times. There's times where somebody picks it up, and it's like one of those things. Someone tries to bring a gun to a knife fight or a cannon to a gunfight, and you gotta be like, wait, put it down. It's a little too much, right? There's times where someone starts to speak out and they overstep their boundaries. There's times where somebody speaks out and they're saying the wrong things, or their words are based on nothing. They didn't have the right information. Or there's times where the tongue is not being utilized where it should be, which I find is very much what we have today. For instance, the church should be there to not only be a place of worship, but for a place where we can address things and help each other get better, right? The church as a people should be there for its fellow kingdom citizens to speak out on certain subjects, to help people fly straight. As the Bible says, that iron sharpens iron, so does man the countenance of his brother, which means you are responsible for your brothers looking good, making sure that they're sharp, making sure that they are walking the right path, making sure they're doing the right things, that they're not in sin, that they're not lost, that they're not, depressed, feeling so far away from God, that they find themselves in a whole different world. And when it comes to that subject, to me personally, I feel like the church has not done enough work in that area, that they can do some more, that they should do some more, And so, anyways, I had a video I want to share with you guys, and I feel like this video will be a good first step as we start off this series of videos, and so, but as we're here, before I start the video and read the captions or the little description here, I want to just ask you guys to like, share, and subscribe. I guess now I see why everybody says this, because we want to expand our reach. We want to expand our reach. We want to get this movement going, a movement of revealing truth, a movement of helping people to think for themselves, a movement of helping people to question things, because there's a lot of things that go on today. And I'm like, is anybody else seeing this? Is anybody else seeing this? And when I'm putting pieces together, I'm like, where's the outrage? Where's the outrage? Now, for anybody who thinks I'm going to be strictly political here, as I have been in the past, sorry guys, looking forward to seeing you on there tonight. All right. So I entitled this little my video here, the reason why you think the way you do. Like I said, there's power in words. Okay, there's power in the words. I can affect you by what comes out of my mouth, the words that come from my mouth. I can affect the way you think. I can affect your thoughts, your heart, your feelings. That's why it's very careful you got to be very careful when you're going to be around people that are what we know today is toxic. What my business we call negative, because there's some people that just got some really bad thinking, and just by hanging around them, I mean, they shit on you. Seriously, they just shit on you. They mess up your thinking. They ruin your whatever it is. You might be like one of those, people that are so positive and vibrant and excited, and then you hang out with certain people and you're just like, God, what the hell's wrong with this guy? You know what I mean? And so you got to be very careful about what you allow to enter into your ears. You got to be careful with the way you spend your time. You got to be careful with the people you hang around with. If you don't think they affect you, trust me, I don't care how strong you are. When somebody is negative, when somebody is just delusional, when somebody is just toxic, it affects you. All right, so let's get on with this video, guys. This is the main reason why I wanted to get on here and share this. And there's going to be a lot more coming on here through my channel. So I do thank you for sharing with us. Some of you guys may have seen this, but I think my audience that I'm targeting right now are the baby truthers, those who don't know much, those who've never heard any of this at all. This was kind of a good step one. So the objective here is to teach you guys that not everything you see is real, and not everything you hear is truth. And it doesn't matter how many followers one person might have or how popular somebody is, you've got to question everything. Question everything everybody says. Even pastors. Just because someone is a pastor or someone is in a position to speak, if someone is a supervisor or manager, if they say something, excuse me while I drink, it's that Pepsi. It's I've had bosses who were wrong, supervisors who were wrong, pastors who were wrong. I've had leaders who were wrong. You know what I mean? So question everything. I challenge you guys to do that. As we start off this channel, I want to get you guys to start thinking for yourself. When you hear something, when you see something, don't take their word for it. Like how Lamar used to say in the Reading Rainbow, don't take my word for it. And then you have other people speak. But I'm going to just go ahead and mute this part because you don't need to hear me trying to speak Spanish. But basically what it's saying is that there was an explosion that was planned. There's a fake one out in the streets. And he said, watch all these people show up with torn up clothing, stained with red, acting like they're victims, all bloodied up from this fake ass explosion, and how they timed the ambulance to show up and all this kind of stuff. But yeah, pretty much they It's a propaganda piece. Is basically what it is out here in Iraq. Thank you to Spain. Shout out to you guys for bringing the stuff up. But anyway, the audio will cut back in just a minute. Hey, so I found it in English. It says that it has become viral. It is the construction of a false attack that pursues the same end, but without real victims, manipulating public opinion. In this video, you will see the sequence of the simulation, which is theatrical in any neighborhood of Iraq. A man approaches a car and places an explosion inside, then leaves the place in another vehicle when bomb explodes. The street is completely empty. There's no blood or victims. But now look, after a few seconds of a deflagration, the area is full of extras, actors characterized in torn clothes and stained red to simulate an attack with numerous fatalities. All right, there we go. Okay, so here he is. He's explaining the situation in Iraq. Now, this came as a terrorist. This came through and was reported as a terrorist attack out in Iraq, in not one of the nicer areas of the barrios of Iraq. There's a gentleman right here. Hope you got my mouse on your screen. The gentleman here just walked away from that car.
Un hombre se acerca a un coche y coloca un artefacto explosivo en su interior. Acto seguido abandona el lugar en otro vehículo. Cuando la bomba explota, la calle está completamente vacía.
Terrorismo fake. El video que prueba que no todos los atentados son verdad. Boom. Here comes the explosion. Pretty big. He says, watch the red shirt actors run in. Now, at first before I put the words together, what this guy's saying. At first I was watching this, I was like, okay, here they are. They're running to help out. Maybe they're coming to, or maybe they're running away. Didn't know which way to go. They're running past this explosion here. Then this guy falls down. I was like, what the hell is that? And this guy falls down. And then that guy falls, and then this guy falls down. And then that guy falls down. Then you got all these guys on the ground. This guy's trying to help this guy who just laid on the floor. And this guy's trying to help that guy who laid on the floor. And this guy's helping out as well. And then here comes a gentleman over here signaling. This right here. This guy's signaling for the perfectly timed ambulance. And the camera must have just started rolling right after these guys lay down. This guy calls over the ambulance who's coming, to help out the victims of this terrorist attack, this bombing going on. This guy who just laid down, he's acting like he can't do nothing. Look at this.
Todavía no han llegado las cámaras, pero ellos ya empiezan a cargar a las falsas víctimas en las ambulancias movilizadas para la ocasión.
They were all running a marathon and they all sprained their ankles at the same time. There just happens to be a car on fire over there. And the ambulance just pulled up right behind them. Just happened to be there.
Segundos después, la calle ya se ha llenado de gente.
This guy's flapping his arms around like the world was ending.
El último paso es llamar a los periodistas. Estos vídeos son los llamados ataques de falsa bandera y sus fines son, como decimos, propagandísticos. El vídeo original del montaje corresponde al día 30 de octubre del pasado año.
As these guys are flopping around the ground, I was thinking of Vlade Divac when he played for the Lakers, and somebody made a song called instead of it was a mockery of Ice Ice Baby. It was Ice Ice Baby, the tune, but they were singing Flop Flop Divac. So I'm watching these guys right here roll around. This guy's acting like his legs don't move no more. He's flopping his arms, and this guy's rolling back and forth.
Tiene decenas de miles de visitas. Su puesta en escena es tan realista que incluso llegó a caer en el engaño.
They picked this guy up the ground from back down in a corner, but
la prestigiosa agencia de noticias Reuters
his legs are moving fine.
como un atentado real con
Sorry, guys.
víctimas mortales.
Oh, it's comedy, man. It's comedy. That's funny. It's funny. You know what I mean? And so you pretty much get the idea. Anyway, you get what I'm saying here. That right there. I won't say what the truther community calls it, but that right there was an example of what goes on in life today. Okay. And I hope you guys can put that part together, put the piece together. What I'm saying here is that to have a situation going on and report it as news and then find out that there were just a bunch of people with teatro, right? Theater. It's very common and much more common than you would think. It's much more common than you would think, guys. That right there happens a lot. Seriously. And it sucks because here's the thing. It's put out there as truth. And when something is broadcasted as truth, especially through channels, the main channels out there, what happens is people alter their lives based on that information. People change up things based on that information. They change the way they live. They may not agree to it. They might not, they might be like, oh, no, that's not me. That's a lot of you. That's a lot of you. And the sad truth is we don't realize how much that kind of broadcasting affects our lives. It really does. It's sad because people live in fear based on this kind of information when really it was all fabricated. And I, for one, am just tired of people being lied to. I'm tired of people being lied to. I'm tired of my people being lied to. I'm tired of people going off of this as fact. And what happens is it causes people to panic and it causes people to worry. And I'm sitting here putting pieces together like, y'all don't see this? You think this is real? Think about it. Other things that have happened on TV that have been broadcasted as truth and that we take for truth. There's some of us that are sitting here with our arms crossed, or some of us with our hands on our head like, come on. Y'all don't see that that's fake? My encouragement, they're dragging that one guy by his ankle. Man, there's a lot that goes on. Yeah, we just, they're dying, but their legs still move, so they make it look like we're going to get these guys to the hospital real quick, because all of their legs are fine. Stupid. It's just frustrating. It's very frustrating. I'll end it there with that, cut this video off. Sorry, I'm still a new broadcaster here, so I'm trying to get my two monitors going and my screen sharing going. Anyways, what I'm saying is stop believing the lies and start opening up your mind and realizing a lot of the stuff they be saying is just like this video we saw, right? This planned explosion, and let's get these actors out here to make them look like victims of this explosion, and let's just tell everybody it was real. Here's the thing. How much money did you spend because of the lies that have been told? How many people are hurt financially because of the lies that have been told? How many people are hurt emotionally because of the lies that have been told? People's livelihoods shut down. Maybe you're fortunate that you're still working. There's a lot of families out there that aren't so fortunate, that wish people would stop lying so that we can carry on with the life that we built. And I heard some stupid ass lady who, when asked about business owners, she said, well, that was their fault. They chose to go and have a business. Really? Somebody chose to pursue their goals and dreams and have freedom, and that's how we're going to do them? That's messed up. Anyway, this is just a little baby spoon feeding of truth, guys. And I just wanted to spend a little bit of time to present it to you guys and get you thinking, get you thinking about this stuff, because we need to question everything. We got to test every spirit. We got to test every spirit. If you don't think that the devil is involved in this, you don't know your enemy at all. You don't know your enemy at all. If you don't think that the devil and demonic forces are behind this and trying to deceive us, and there's people that are aligning themselves with those demonic forces, it must be nice. They say ignorance is bliss. When you don't know shit, you don't worry about nothing. And one might say, well, that's the kind of life I'd rather live like that than worry. First of all, I'm not worried. I'm worried for you. I'm good. I'm good. I'm free from the lies, but I'm worried about people that don't spend the time to understand that they're being lied to. If you like being lied to, you like to stay in that little coma, then good for you. But there's some people out there that they are being lied to. They don't know they're being lied to. And they just need that one person to give them a little bit of push and just say, hey, wake up a little bit. I want you to check something out. I want you to check something out and be there for them. I'm very inspired by the Fullerton Informer this morning. Saw an awesome video with him, and he said it himself today. He said, why I do what I do by exposing things like this? It's because out of all the commandments, the greatest two things that Jesus said to us was love the Lord your God, right? And love your neighbor as you love yourself. If you really love somebody, let me tell you where I'm coming from. If you really love somebody, you will tell them the truth. If you really love somebody, you will speak what they need to be spoken to, what they need to hear. You will tell them what they need to hear, not what they want to hear. If you love somebody, then you tell them what they need to hear. That's it, point blank. If I don't love you and you were walking around living unhealthy, you were walking around being lied to and unaware, just happy in your ignorance, if I didn't give a shit about you, I'd just let you be. I'd just say, yeah, that's his time. That's his life, whatever. I don't give a shit. It had nothing to do with me. But if I love somebody, I would tell them, look, this is what you did that was wrong. This is what you're doing that is wrong. But because I love people, I choose to spend some of my time, some of my day to create this kind of content. And there's going to be more coming. And there's times I get discouraged, but I remember how people are being lied to and how much it pisses me off to be lied to or to see people being lied to. I hate it. I hate it. If you feel like I ever lied to you about something, call me out on it. But you've heard it said that the truth shall set you free. You've heard it that the truth shall set you free. And that is an understatement. That is so real. So because I love people, I love God's people, the citizens of the kingdom of God, I choose to spend some time to offer up some of this truth. Now, you can do what you want with it. You can call me crazy. You can say I'm a moron for believing this kind of garbage. or you can say, you know what, there's some truth behind this. Even if you don't like me, I ask you to just pay attention to the content and see if the pieces match up for you like they did for me. I wouldn't wish, even on my worst enemy, for them to be ignorant of the devil's devices to that where they would walk through the slaughter. And and another thing I hear is that, oh, why do we have to worry about that? Let's just focus on Jesus Christ. Well, that's exactly what I'm doing.
I'm gonna just go ahead and mute this part because you
I'm
don't need
making
to
a channel. I
hear
don't care
me
about the
trying to
fame.
speak Spanish.
Fuck the likes.
But basically, what it's saying
I don't
is
care
that
about that.
there was an
I want it
explosion
for it to
that was
reach.
planned.
I can reach out
A
to
fake
more
went out in
people.
the streets, and he said, "Watch all these people show
But
up in torn up clothing, stained with red, acting like they're victims, all bloodied up from this fake ass explosion, and how they timed the ambulance to show up and all this kind of stuff."
For themselves for a long time.
Pretty much,
it
they
seems like people just listen to
it's a propaganda piece.
to the music,
Is basically what it is out here in Iraq.
Movies.
Thank you to Spain.
Remember that
shout out to you guys for bringing this stuff up. But anyway, the audio will cut back in just a minute.
When he stopped being crazy, started speaking some truth. Hey, so I found it in English. It says that it has become viral. It is the construction of a false attack that pursues the same end, but without real victims manipulating public opinion. In this video, you will see the sequence of the simulation, which is theatrical in any neighborhood of Iraq. Then he ends up. A man approaches a car and places an explosion inside, and leaves the place in another vehicle when bomb explodes. The street is completely empty. There's no blood or victims. But now look, after a few seconds of a deflagration, the area is full of extras, actors characterized in torn clothes and stained red to simulate an attack with numerous fatalities. Something was wrong with there. Not because it was Donald Trump, but because Donald Trump was involved in this whole weird scenario. Anyway, Kanye spit some truth that day. The radio fucked you. The radio lied to you.
Again, I'm going to mute this out because, you don't need to hear me speaking Spanish.
I hope you're inspired to seek after some truth
from Jordan High School.
Want to know more?
He was my white Spanish teacher. You did a good job, buddy. You stood still over here, killing it, crushing his Spanish. Look at these skills.
We want to talk about some stuff we want to break down.
Anyway, back to the video.
But at the end of the day, man, God sits on the throne. The enemy is going to be at work. The enemy is going to be at work, trying to take that throne back, or not back, but trying to take that throne from God. He wants that seat on that throne. He wants to rule. He wants to be equal or greater to God. And I'm here to say he needs to sit the hell down and stop messing with our people, because there's some people that are being lied to, and I don't want to see it. I don't want to see that no more. I don't want to see you be lied to. So, support the Samoan Watchman channel. Send me some questions, comment, share this stuff, talk about it. Even if you're going to talk about it and make fun of me, it's already expected. I don't give a shit. Go ahead and talk. But as long as the content gets out there and you guys start looking at these pieces that I'm talking about, maybe not you, but maybe somebody else is going to start putting these pieces together and say, you know what? There's something to what this man was saying. Anyway, peace and blessings to you all. God bless. Love y'all. Watch out for more videos, and I'll see you soon.